Fucked her, bud. Missed the turn. Hello everyone and welcome to Better on the Deck, where I play games old, new, and in between, then play them again in the Steam Deck to find out is it better on the deck, and also cover topics related to the Steam Deck and deck life. So before we get on with it, again, this video will be a bit longer and include more information and gameplay footage. If you prefer the longer content, please leave a like on the video and drop a comment letting me know if you prefer the longer stuff or the shorter stuff even. I'd really appreciate it as it will help me in making future videos. Thanks for your time, so let's get on with it, shall we? The other day I decided to check out my first video in the series to see how far I've come in the last 2 weeks. I didn't really give much detail on anything when compared to something like my Diablo 2 Resurrected video. I recorded generic gameplay footage. I didn't really feel I captured the essence of Snowrunner, plus I talked really fast and I don't know why. So seeing as Snowrunner is one of my favorite games, I wanted to take another crack at it and give it better treatment. Snowrunner is a popular off-road driving simulation game developed by Saber Interactive and published by Focus Entertainment, released May 17th of 2021 and is a follow-up to the game MudRunner. Kind of the same idea as Snowrunner, but has so much more to see and do. The game puts players' butts in the driver's seats of powerful trucks and tasks them with testing the pucker factor, traversing treacherous terrain, hauling cargo to remote locations, and completing various objectives for fun and for sport. As I said in my other video, I have put a decent amount of time in Snowrunner on the Epic Store, since at launch that was the only place to get it. I played it for a while but fell out because I don't like the Epic Store. I prefer my games on Steam. Recently Snowrunner and its DLC came up on sale on Steam, so I bought all of that, minus 3 DLC packs, I think. Loaded it onto my Steam Deck and buckled up for some off-roading madness. To find out if Snowrunner is still better on the deck, I played for another 5 hours on the deck, docked with an Xbox One controller on a 55-inch Samsung TV, sat in the driver's seat lazy boy. That's me sat in the driver's seat lazy boy and not the TV. And if you're interested to know, my Steam Deck is the 512 gig model. One of Snowrunner's best features is the graphics. The game's environments, weather effects, and highly detailed vehicle models look great on the deck screen. The game runs smoothly on Steam Deck, even when driving through the most challenging terrain. I started on the default settings. The game ran smooth as butter and without hiccups while getting fairly steady frames which ranged from 48 to 60 frames per second, with the average range being 53 to 55. I found the game would dip to the 48 to 53 range when getting in the mud or climbing rocky hills. When set to medium, once again the game ran great, in fact better than it did on the default settings for some reason. Here I got a little tighter range on the rates, coming in at 53 to 60 FPS. On high preset the game looks sharp and the deck does a really great job at rendering all this beauty. Frames were stable around 50 to 55 when driving a pavement princess, but as soon as I started to play Snowrunner, the mud and the hill test dropped the frame rate down to a range of 33 to 38. On Ultra, things were a bit different. The Pavement Princess had a steady range of 42 to 48. I was surprised by the mud and rocky hill climb test, with the frames in at a steady 34 to 38 range. It wasn't until I came out of the bush and the sky opened up, as did the horizon. The frames dumped and hiccuped, reaching 25 frames per second. Playing Snowrunner on the Steam Deck is a unique experience that blends really well. The controls are perfectly suited as the game is optimized for both PC and console. The deck's comfortable design will allow for extended play sessions without tiring out your hands or wrists when you take Snowrunner on the go. With the right settings, you can expect about 3 hours of battery life. However, a viewer on the other vid said on their deck, with recommended settings and high settings for draw distance, they get about an hour and a half. Thanks for the info, bud. It's an ideal game to take on a trip. It's a huge time sink. Before you know it, 4 hours have gone by, you've rolled 4 trucks in the same spot trying to get the first one you rolled out, and you've barely made it out of the garage parking lot. Snowrunner is one of those games where you can play for hours, accomplish very little in the ways of completing tasks, but still have a shit ton of fun doing it. And what I mean by that is driving a truck through all this goopy mud, snow, or lakes to get clear across the map, it takes a long time. Sometimes when I need a break from ferrying supplies around the various maps or pulling sunken trucks from swamps, I'll hop in another truck and explore the beautiful maps. Then roll that truck, or get it stuck, or both. It's usually both. Overall, Snowrunner is an awesome game to play on the deck. The combination of the game's immersive off-road driving experience and the Steam Deck's portability and comfort make for an ideal pairing, which earns it a permanent spot on my deck. If you're a fan of simulation games or off-road driving, Snowrunner is definitely worth checking out on the Steam Deck. So to answer the burning question, Snowrunner is still better on the deck. Well, that's it. As always, thanks for watching, and if you've made it this far, you're a champ and I love you very much. I hope to see you back for the next one. Until then, enjoy life on the deck and take it easy, eh? Ah, fucked her, bud. Missed the turn.